What's up everybody, I'm back with another video. Today I will be flying this beautiful Citation 750 from Miami, or rather Boca Raton, over to Grand Cay St Maartin. So this will be rather an interesting flight, and this is a beautiful day from the looks of it for flying in our luxurious business jet. So let's go ahead and get into it. And we will have about 5 passengers today. They have this flight saved, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, let's go ahead and start with our speed over here, which will be Mach 0.90, but we can alternatively choose to cruise at Mach 0.92 if we want to go a little bit faster, and then we can add a little bit more fuel. Today we will be up to flight level 390, so very nice altitude. And our planned fuel for today is the block fuel will be 7856, so we can easily bump it up to 8,000. A nice even number, very nice. So here's our routing. We will be taking off, we'll be departing onto the Terps 2 departure, and we shall be cleared. The rest is filed, and we'll be taking off runway 23. Let's take a look at the rest. 5 passengers, just like I said, and our estimated takeoff weights will be 30.9, about 31,000 pounds, so you can definitely work with that. It is a heavy business jet, so yes, I know, a little bit heavy for a corporate airplane. 30,000 pounds takeoff weight is a rather heavier. Well, it's really a mid-size, so I wouldn't say this is too bad. We are going for a little bit of a long flight for a business jet. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. So winds are at 9 knots, so we can go ahead and add that. Visibility is clear, and we have scattered clouds at 20. Scattered clouds at 20. And our temperature is 28, so it is rather warm, but of course we are in Florida, so 28 degrees centigrade. Altimeter will be 3005 today. And for Grand Case, we have no other data available, so we're going to look at our alternates, which is Mary's Conde, if that's how you pronounce it, Mary's Conde. So we have rather calm winds, 10 knots, 10 knots. That's 80 degrees. And we also have a wind variable here with 50 to 110. The winds are not too bad, and 28 degrees once again. Same temperature that we're departing out of. So the passengers do not have that, so which us do at least. QNH will be 1013, which is really standard. We have scattered clouds at 2000. Nothing else really much to expect for our weather, so beautiful day for this trip. And we look clear on all the turbulence, so can expect a really smooth flight for today. Alright, and let's get into that airplane and get it ready to go. First, we're going to remove our covers, rid of those engine covers. Those beautiful engines breathe fresh air. And we can remove our PDAP covers. Our wheels and our gear structures are all looking good, so we can go ahead and take that away too. Parking brake is set, so do not have that to worry about. Let's climb into this thing. Climb into this beauty. Alright, perfect. Yeah. On right into the cockpit. Very nice. Alright, let's bring it to life. Let's get our standby power on. And then we can arm those emergency exit lights. Let's verify that they're armed and the emergency exit lights over there are illuminated. So very good, very good. Pop back into our seats and get everything else ready to go. Also using some hectic. So let me turn off their avionics sound because the airplane itself really has one ready. Alright, at this point we can get on our batteries. Batteries 1 and 2. Our crossfeed is off. Our crossfeed is off. Our FADEX switches are set to norm. Generator switches are both on, left and right hand. And if we come over here, anti-ice as required. Well, we're not really worrying about this at this point. So let's go for lights as required. And the parking brake is set. Parking brake is set. So let's go ahead and come over here to our APU and get that running. Sorry, let's get on the master first. Now we can start it. It's coming to life. We can go ahead and their ICAS and avionics running already. Perfect. And we can go ahead and enter our IRS position. Let's align them first. Oops. Try that again. Alright, APU is running and ready to go. So let's go on that generator and get the air conditioning running. Especially because it's very hot, so that temperature a little bit cold for our passengers. Alright, perfect. And at this point, let's go ahead and do our position over here. We can do it on our colleagues FMC. Still works. There we go, and we're aligned. So let's go ahead and go to our flight plan. And we can just uplink it, call it a day. There we go, we're ready to go. Big. We're going to go to the performance page and everything. Get all of that set up, and while we do, let's let our passengers on board. And there are fuel on board as well. And we're in pounds over here on our fuel flow and everything. So we're already good on that. Perfect. Let's go for 8,000. 8,000 even, just to be on the safe side. And if we want to fly faster, I might choose to anyway. So let's go ahead and apply that. Perfect. Our passengers are on board and we have our fuel, so let's get that performance data in there. and we will be ready to go. Alright, we can work with that climb speed, max cruise speed. We shall get Mach points 92 or 91. We'll go ahead and choose that. We can go ahead with that. We'll proceed with that. Just for the fun of it and to get there a little bit faster. For the sun sets, well, we might not speed the sun entirely just because we are in fall back in the US anyway, so definitely not going to beat the sun, and it will get dark in about an hour or two. I am using live time, by the way. All right. Our fuel will be 8,000 today. Let's make sure that is in there and set. Go ahead and set 8,000. Fuel 8,000. There we go. And what will our cargo be? Our payload 1,250. Okay, 1,250. Go ahead and enter that. Perfect, and we will go ahead with that data. And we can, no, not just yet. Make sure that's confirmed. I really could have just synced from the EFB, right? But that's okay. Alright, we can skip over that page. Everything looks good. Nautical miles until the destination. That looks good. Takeoff data. We have, oh, because we did not enter over here our departures and arrivals just yet, so that's why we don't have the runway data just yet. We can go ahead and get that over here. Our departures, we are taking 2-3 and onto the Terp Sierra 2. And our transition is, drum roll please. I'm not at the page just yet. Also, I thought I was recording my Explorer anyway. I guess it's broken. Guess it's not letting me, huh? Hold on. There it is, there it is. Alright, fixed it for you guys. Our transition will be Hobby. Let's go ahead and take that. And we're good to go. Our departure information. And it looks like it did enter a little bit funny. Or did it? Oh, no. Well, that's how it works. Alright, that's how it's entering in there. So. Alright, so let's go back. No. For our arrival, we will be taking runway 30, I think. Yep, that's right, 30. We have 30, and that will be a visual approach, the only one available. So, vectors all the way down. Let's go back to our performance info. At this point, we can give them the seatbelt signs. Rowing condition, we can leave that dry. Don't need to mess with that. And we can take flaps 5. We only have 10 knots of wind. So let's go ahead and, or anyway, also we can, but it's better to take a look at our briefing anyway, because that is our departure time, scheduled departure time. And we're not behind schedule or anything, which is good. So if we take another look, we have for our winds 140 at 9. So let's go ahead and enter that. Make sure we got that info. 40 at 9. Because it's really a crosswind, I might just go ahead and use flaps 15. Go ahead and go for that. And no anti-ice needed at all. Alright. And here's our beat speeds. Very nice, very nice. And we are almost done. Let's go back and tune our frequencies. Going straight to advisory. London Center is offline, so we can leave that alone. And we are ready to go. Alright, we're ready to go. That was my flight briefing. Alright. Alright, we're ready to go pretty much, so let's set all of this up. Vertical profile and everything. In our MFD. Y by default that's set to TARA. $2,000 for initial squawk, and we can set this to above since we're about to be climbing. Alright, anyway, once again, cross feeds off. Center wing transfers are set to norm. Let's go ahead and test our rotary. Right here, smoke detection, landing gear, fire warning, TRs, flaps, windshield heats, over speed. We have that over here as well. Alright, stall shakers. Alright, we're all good. Perfect, we're ready to go. Let's get on those togas. And now we have our flight director working over here. Perfect. We can go ahead and dim the lights. Turn off that cabin entry. We're going to shut the doors. Close this as well so that it doesn't spill in flight. Perfect. Alright, all normal indications on the ECAM. So let's go to engine and starts getting the airplane ready. Also, let's go ahead and brief over our departure really quickly. I forget about that, and we can go ahead and cross-check it. Departure, Terps 2. Alright, taking off runway 23. Let's go ahead and tilt the tablet a little bit. Climb on heading 229 to 520 feet, and then heading 320, or as assigned by ATC for vectors, and cross Roth at about 2000. Alright, perfect. Heading to 229. And to be honest, this is one thing I do not really like about the Citation. Why is there heading in altitude knobs down here instead of maybe around in this area? but still a fun airplane to fly. I like the speed and everything as well, of course. Alright. Top altitude will be 2,000. I appreciate this. Little feature in the Flight FX. Little feature from Flight FX. Even though it's not really realistic. Pressure frequency, even though it's offline, is 2735, so useless right now. Go ahead and put that away. And let's brief over our before start checklist and get ready to go. We'll open it up from my files. Alright, before start checklist, APU is running, parking brake is set, wheel chocks are removed, cabin door is closed and locked, passenger briefing completes, seatbelts, harnesses, pedals adjusted and secure, cockpit side windows are closed, external lights as required, ATIS clearance. So we have the meter info. Yes, we have the info. FMS as required. Alright. Flight instruments and avionics are set over here. We're supposed to cache this. Well, it's fine now. About to go anyway. Fuel quantity checked, and our altimeter, so we don't forget, is 3005 for today. And we will be departing a little bit ahead of time. Okay. Very nice. Well, we will be on time rather. 2045, so we're good. 3005. Alright, passenger safety. And let's get on that beacon. Make sure it's running. Right and left engine, in that order. Alright. Shutting packs off. Alright, starting. Oh. Start the left engine first. It doesn't matter anyway. Still going to work the same, and yes, levers to idle. We have a FedEx system, so the fuel system will take care of itself in the startup. And we can really taxi from over here. We have enough room. Alright, have a good start on the left, starting the right. Same thing. Alright, generators are on. Perfect, both on. Alright, we have a good start on both engines, and the generator's on, so APU comes off. Go. Leave that bleed on. Just in the case of an engine failure, and that is recommended in the checklist as well. So we are ready to go. Alright, so let's go over a taxi briefing really quickly. Pull this back up. Taxi. And we are going to runway 23 via Bravo 1. So go ahead and contact advisory.
Full Capital Executive Traffic, number 28 to Whiskey Bravo Citation, approaching St Maartin at 4,000 feet. We'll be returning ourselves to the island, runway 09 at Full Capital Executive, number 26 Bravo.
Miami traffic, Citation 720 Charlie Charlie, taxiing runway 23 in Boca Raton via Bravo 1. Alright, speed forward taxi checklist. Let's not forget about that. I am moving kind of fast through this. Flight controls. Let's definitely go ahead and check that. Full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full left, full right, neutral. And then we can get our flaps. Make sure our is set. Okay. Flaps 15 for this departure. And we can get that trimmed down. Pretty low trim today. Ooh. Don't need it too far down. Don't need it too far up, rather. Alright, nose up. We will take care of that over here. Go to the flight plan. Alright, taxi lights comes on. Also, go ahead and start recording. Alright, flight control replay. It's not working. Get us some nice replay shots. Here we go. Alright, we're gonna go. Clear. So let's make this sharp turn.
Number 282 Skipper will be turning ourselves, turning right to 780 degrees for the island Savannah, follow the trail.
It's sluggish right now. Aircraft. Not to spool it up too high. Ground workers are walking pretty close to it as well. Alright, once we're out of here, we can go over the taxi checklist. And we can check the brakes before we exit terminal anyway. Want to do it while we're on the turn. Maybe a taxiway. Alright. Brakes. Brakes are working. Very nice. And I will read over the rest of it on paper that I remember. Alright. Clear right and left. And we're on the go to runway 23. Taxi a little bit faster than that. Okay. Alright, taxiing checklist. Exterior lights as required. Brakes. Flying hold. Parking brake release. Brakes. Checked. Nose wheel steering. We have just checked that on the turn, so check. And the thrust reversers. Checked. Stowed. Taxi checklist complete. And at this point, we can get ready for the E4 takeoff checklist. Alright, let's go ahead and get on this. Get out static heats. Turn on the windshield heats as well. Well, we don't need them. High temperatures, so don't really need them at all. Alright, get out static heats are on. And let's go over the rest. Anti-ice systems, check. Flaps and slats are set for takeoff. Speed brakes retracted. Trim is set for takeoff. Yaw damper and mock trim are both on. They're on system A. Group briefing. Well, this will be a shallow takeoff runway, so we'll perform a static takeoff. And we have, only caution I see here is a little bit of weight on our aircraft for our flight, but it's not too much. But other than that, we are pretty good. We are pretty good on our weather, and rather a little bit light on our traffic out of Florida. We'll call that a briefing. Of course, that's not really. Alright, so briefing complete. Next. Transponder. Now we can go to ERA so that we don't forget. Oh, stop the aircraft. We'll return onto our runway. Wanted to keep rolling. So go ahead and come over here. TARA. There we go. We're clear left and right. And we're going to get our lights on. So recognition and landing lights. Miami traffic. Citation 720 Charlie taking off runway 23 Boca Raton. Alright. Not really at the other aircraft anyway. Alright, we're clear. Clear on the runway. Alright, transponder to ARA. Left and right PDOT statics are on, both on. Anti-ice systems as required. Exterior lights as required. Engine instruments checked. And ICAS, just see that parking brake there. So we take it off, we're good. We're going to hold these brakes down. Perform a static takeoff. And go ahead and pre-select our heading. Say. Go ahead and pre-select that. Heading and level change. Alright. Take off thrust is set. Let's let it spool all the way. And let it roll, let it rip. And we're accelerating. Airspeed alive. Knots. B1 rotates. Positive rate, gear. Stand a little bit and throw it back to climb thrust. And we're at 2,000 anyway, so. Alright. Start cleaning up our flaps, everything. Anyway. And we can actually continue climbing and direct to Roth. Or, yep. Firing cruise starts. Alright. Go ahead and change that altitude. Go 190 just as a placeholder. And we're going to go in direct to Roth. Okay. So let's make that turn. And we're going VNAV. Change our heading. Make that turn. Your back, because we're actually using it. Still have autopilot off. Our speed's coming up, so going to clean up the aircraft. Say goodbye to our flaps and slats. And at this point, we'll go ahead and take it up to all the way up to our flight altitude, which is of course 290. So, and we're going to pull standard. We're going to go standard. And flying this baby. Alright, time to take out checklist. Landing gear up. Flaps and slats are up, aircraft is clean, and lights as required. At this point, we can go ahead and turn off the landing lights as well. We're going to cross 10,000 anyway. We point that nose down a little bit. Gain airspeed. I can see that it is a little bit windy. Alright, 300 knots, so pointing that nose down to increase speed. Also, have a bad weather radar. Go ahead and turn that on. Get that working. We have it on. We're here as well. Seller is very fast. Alright, we'll start pitching up. Alright, our climb out speed. Alright, our climb speed. Fun to hand fly, but sensitive controls. We're in the business jets. We're in the light jets, so it's to be expected. So at this point, so our passengers are more comfortable without us throwing the airplane around. Going to turn autopilot on and let go of the controls. Perfect. I don't know what the airplane is trying to do right now, but let autopilot stabilize it. See if it does anyway. And just went back to 250 knots. Alright. Now we'll reach climb out speed. And once we actually reach our optimal climb performance, I will turn off the seatbelts and let our passengers roam around, grab a drink, get a little bit tipsy. Alright, perfect. We are doing really well on our flight today. So, seatbelts off. Have fun in the back. Go ahead and turn off the AP master. We don't really need that. Don't really need that running. We don't really need the status. Engines are working. No need for an APU. Oh, and I'm about to kill the passengers. The pack's still off. Never got a warning or anything about that. But we're still maintaining sea level pressure. Let's look at that cabin pressure. Alright, good, we're still good. Cabin pressure is good, so passengers are still breathing back there. Alright, very good. Did not kill them. Actually, did I dim the lights already? Yeah, I did, yeah. Just back there enjoying themselves. Alright, very nice. I turn off that cabin entry. Can't really see the daytime, rather. Very nice aircraft. Alright, passing 20,000, still looking really good. Here another aircraft traveling in the opposite direction, which would be westbound, since we're traveling eastbound, leaving the coast. Oh, he already passed us. Still over us a little bit, so. Alright, so things are getting a little bit quiet, so I'm gonna really mute my mic and hope you all enjoy the rest of the flights. Enjoy the very nice views of our rest of our climb and our cruise. And I will be back in time on the mic for us to be preparing for our arrival, of course. Alright, I'm back on mic and we are slowly but surely approaching our targets.
110
So let's go ahead and prepare for the arrival. And first, over a checklist. Let's go over our first checklist and then the same checklist. Alright, throttles as required. Pressurization. Let's take a look. Pressurization. Looks good over here. Pressurization check. Perfect. And let's reset back to our seats. Perfect, everything looks good. Oxygen mask required. Done and on. And fuel transfer verified. Perfect. Alright. And take a look at our descent checklist. Start now. Now would be a good time. Or no, rather. Let's go ahead and go through our pages. So our bottom of descent we can set 3,000 since we don't have an arrival. Okay, not active. Okay, nothing wants to be entered here, nothing wants to be entered there. So we have runway 30. We're taking runway 30. So let's go ahead and pull up our weather right about now so we can get our arrival performance data. Alright, that would be TFFG. Enter. Approach, we will take runway. Well, I'm sorry. Oh, I entered this. What's going on? There it is. 30, so that will give us this nice visual approach, which will be
Number 312 Charlie Lima 77 over to contact 100 miles northwest of Borinquen. Cross Dino. I'd maintain 11,000 and 250 knots and 1 altimeter is 2999. American 416 after Slugo, proceed direct to back.
that's for me for a second. What to say? I will make this right turn into the approach.
416 after Slugo, proceed direct Avaki. Alpha Victor Alpha Kilo India.
Then Slugo continue to
And we'll be back there by ATC as well, so that'll be pretty cool. Pretty simple. No missed approach briefing, so straight up I would say at about 4,000 for the missed approach altitude. That would make that would be the most sensible since we have a transition altitude of 5,000. But we also have to be cautious of the mountains as well. So I'm going to take that into consideration. We're about 50 miles from the top descent now. So let's go ahead and get our weather data. Let's see what we will be looking like. Alright. We have a QNH of 1015. And our winds are 50 at 8. We're landing runway 30. So that will give us an 8 knot tailwind. 8 knot tailwind. So let's go ahead and take that. 50 at 8. Altimeter of 1015. 1015. See if we can enter that over there. Okay. 015. Perfect. Next page. Ability is 10. And what's the cloud information looking like? Few clouds, 1800. So leave the condition dry. And it is also a short runway, so let's make sure we take flaps through 5. And we can leave the anti-ice off. Alright, perfect. And we shall get our speeds. Not yet, huh? Or is there any data I'm missing? Alright, temperature. That will be
416 to 3,000 feet, and it's 1015.
28, 28. 28 on the temperature. And that shall give us our speeds. That should give us our speeds now.
Micro 416, descend to 3,000 feet, and it's 1015.
1015, 3,000.
Alright, perfect, perfect. And now we have our V speeds. Final approach speed will be 124. Perfect. Alright.
Good evening, Victor, Quebec, Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, flight level
Now we have the landing data, so let's go over the descent checklist. Let's
Victor,
get
Quebec, Bravo,
clearance.
Oscar, Sierra, Taiwan Center, reset transponder, and
Or no, let's
squad
go over the
4370,
checklist first. Alright.
4370.
Descent checklist.
4370,
Left hand and right hand windshield
Victor, Quebec, Bravo,
anti-ices. Get them on. Alright, next, side window vent knobs are closed. Side window vent knobs are they closed? Let's get them closed. There we go. Perfect. Pressurization check. And let's set it to the landing elevation, which is, let's go back. This 1 foot is already set, so we can leave that alone. Perfect. Pressurization is set. Anti-ice switches as required. APUS desired. Stereo lights as required.
170477, reset transponder,
Altimeters.
4374, 4374.
We set that transition level.
4374.
And personal electronics off and stowed. Okay.
Victor, Quebec, Bravo, Oscar, Sierra, order
We were 10 miles
contact
from top to set, so.
50 miles south of Scapa, 1350.
And where are we? That for me. No, VR
720 Charlie, Charlie, cross Lugo, automated, final 110.
Repeat that for 720 Charlie Charlie.
November 720 Charlie, Charlie, cross Lugo, automated, final 110.
Cross Louisville at 110. 720 Charlie Charlie. Alright. 110.
Back up
Start on our
416,
way down.
descend 2,600, clear on for approach, only 10.
Push our top percent.
2,600, there, November 10, American 46.
Let's go for a level change. Shall start a descent. Well, I will go ahead and turn on the seatbelts. We'll enter those clouds pretty soon. Passenger safety, rather. Slugo.
Number 312 Charlie Lima, order contact lost.
And also, Slugo is 100 miles away, so
Level 1704, order contact, 30 miles southwest of Scapa.
we're descending now. Get our speed down. They'll start descending, and let's go ahead and see where Slugo is. $1,000, I would say 300 would be a good speed. Oh no, 270.
Number 12 Charlie Lima, order contact about 55 miles northwest of Boddington, final 300.
Flight level 110. Alright, it's perfect. And now we can clear that. And we're descending. Descent checklist is complete. We're all good.
Okay, 9621, contact 7 approach, 190.4.
Approach 190.4, Giant 8621, have a nice evening.
And what is our approach? Alright, 12895, and are they online? Let's see if they are online actually. Definitely not. 12895. Was San Juan approach monitoring us? I doubt it. They're not on the charts anywhere. So we'll be vectored down. We have approach online. We'll say with approach, most likely. And let's pre-select our heading to our current heading, because we'll be vectored onto runway 30. So, alright, we have our heading pre-selected. Okay.
Victor Quebec Bravo Oscar Sierra, cross Joshi, out of maintain 7,210 knots, 7 altimeters 2,999.
Cross Josie at 7,210 knots, altimeter 2,999, Victor Quebec Bravo Oscar Sierra.
American 416, runway 10 clear land, wind 050 degrees, 08 knots. American 416.
American 416 on final.
American 416, runway 10 clear to land, wind 050 degrees, 08 knots.
110 clear to land, American 416, thank you.
Look at our progress page. So our reach. The reach will go in about 9 minutes. We're coming down at 2,000. Alright, it's 2,300 feet per minute, so pretty good. Alright.
At a 449 AM airspace, PR goes offline, weather services terminated, frequency change approved.
Over to advisory for United Port and Nigeria.
416 backtrack, runway 10, vacate Charlie and stand off of 4.
Factor 10, Charlie, American 416.
Alright, I also want to see where I can really get more VNAV information. And I mean, this is probably as much as we'll get. I mean, we are a little bit below the top percent,
9525,
but
expect turn-off approach, runway 10. After Slugo, proceed direct Avaki.
that for me.
From Slugo to Avaki and expect turn-off 10, Delta 9525. Traveler 1704, cross Joshi, out of maintain 7,210,
As much info on it.
triple nine.
It's
Cross Joshi and maintain 7,000 at 210.
maintaining a good descent rate and a nice airspeed,
1704.
especially for our
Number
corporate
312,
jets
Charlie Lima, contact approach 119.4.
for a citation. Go back. No more waypoints at Basugo. Of course, we're factoring down to runway 30.
Delta 9525, request 3,000. Delta 9525, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1015. 1015, 3,000, 95.
Alright. Now once we overshoot that, should reach it at 11,000. Also, I have that's in the plan already, so going a 3-degree descent, huh? Perfect. Very nice. We could probably increase this now. Trying to find a little sweet spot for our descent path right now.
Someone trying to American 416 and then taking off. Thank you, sir. Have a good night. Cheers.
Good night.
15 miles out from Sugo. We're at 15,000, so they'll be at least 1,000 feet per minute.
November
Or no,
720 Charlie. Charlie,
minutes.
expect the visual approach into Grand Case.
Expect visual to Grand Case.
And if Delta 9525, descend 2,600, clear harness approach, and 10.
2600, clear the air nav 10, Delta 95.
Pull that down to idle. Manage your speed really well without an auto throttle. I like that. Alright, on the descent path I can see now. Reach it. And I'm going a little bit slower than our VNAV speed, just so we can maintain that descent path. While our level change was turned off. Odd if you ask me. Whoa. VNAV just tried to kill us here. Seems. Trying to manage that thrust.
November 720 Charlie.
Right.
Charlie, descend to 3,000 QNH at Princess Juliana's 1015.
Down to 3,000 QNH 1015. Alright. Alright. Down to 3,000. We're going level change to 3,000. And while our speed wants to be set to 300, I turn level change off. Here we go, 250 knots. Alright, exiting 10,000, landing lights come on.
American 205 squawk 4461, 4461.
And maintain 250 knots. So we get closer to the arrival. And we're going to maintain our current heading as well. Because he did not give us another heading. And I would say this is a
American
very
205,
good
ready
speed.
contact 7 miles south of Scapa.
Unless we can edit that a little bit. Yeah. Nose pointing down a little bit further. Give us a little bit of a higher vertical speed. Still 30 miles away, so
Delta 9525,
need
runway 10
such a
clear
high
land,
vertical speed at
1050
all.
degrees, 0 knots.
With the winds clear to land 10, Delta 9525.
Number 720 Charlie. Charlie, you direct Grand Case.
Repeat that for Citation 0 Charlie Charlie.
Angel flight plan after Lily, you should be going direct Grand Case, same intentions.
For visual approach to runway 30 Grand Case.
Okay, but according to your flight plan, you should be going direct Grand Case. So it seems you're a bit off course. Do you have another waypoint you're going direct to?
Runway 30 RW30, or also have Romeo X-ray 30 for runway 30. If runway 30 is available.
Did you able to proceed direct Grand Case?
I affirm runway 30 for Grand Case. I don't know, does he want me to... Okay.
Center, good afternoon. November 5, 19 Alpha November with you. 27,000 descending 250 direct San Juan due to emergency.
Number 519, Alpha November 717. You're in contact. Reset transponder squawk 1513.
According to the charts.
1513 on the box. November 519 Alpha November.
Alright.
Victor Quebec Bravo Oscar Sierra, contact approach 119.4.
1194 Victor Quebec Bravo Oscar Sierra, thanks. Yep.
Should have 30 available anyway. San Juan Center, this is 0 Charlie Charlie. Citation is runway 30 available for Grand Case.
So the airport's on control. I don't really care what approach you do into Grand Case.
Visual approach into Grand Case, 0 Charlie Charlie. Alright. We're done. I guess we're back in
Number
ourselves.
519 Alpha November. Thank you. Have a read for your best right to cop.
Let's go ahead and change the heading. We do have the runway in sight as well.
November 519 Alpha November ready to copy.
Number 519 Alpha November, clear to San Juan via Joshi. That's Juliet Oscar Sierra Hotel Echo, then direct destination.
Change our heading.
Oh yeah, November 519 Alpha November, clear to San Juan via
And
Joshi.
our runway heading.
9 Alpha November.
Ooh.
1 Alpha November,
And
direct
look
level,
into
proceed direct
the
Josh. Maintained, follow 250.
taxi charts.
250 direct Josh, November 519 Alpha November.
Guess the controller really doesn't know
Hit the
the
Quebec Bravo Oscar Sierra, contact approach 119.4.
briefing. Guess he does. I guess he didn't really see the charts. So
Number 205 to center maintain, follow
it's not loading
270.
great. Perfect timing, great.
Descendant Lincoln, flight level 270.
It's not to be working, haha. Lovely. There it is. Alright. Runway heading will be 301. Yeah, we're at a good heading, 116. Return direct and head 121, but that's okay. Alright, let's start our approach checklist. We're about to approach 2,000 feet, so
Number 720 Charlie Charlie, the airport's at your 2 o'clock in about 13 miles.
affirm airfield and sights. Taking approach, visual approach, runway 30.
Number 720 Charlie Charlie, clear visual approach into Grand Case.
Clear visual approach, Grand Case. He wanted me to say intention, so I did that. And also, let's go over Our approach checklist, landing data confirmed. Our final approach speed will be 124.
Mercy
Crew
05, cross
briefing
Josh, you gotta
completes.
maintain
Avionics, check the sets,
7,210 knots at
minimums.
1 altimeter 2, 3,
We don't really have that information available. Fuel, cross feed.
Cross
It's
Josh
off.
at
Stereo lights as required. Flaps and slats as required. We're about to get them.
Mercy 05 is 7,210 knots.
7,000 and
And passengers.
210, you need to cross
Brief.
Josh, at 210 knots.
Josh at 7,210 knots. I'm at 205.
Main 250. So we're about.
Number 519 Alpha November, cross Josh, you gotta maintain 7,210 knots, altimeter 2, or 3000.
10 or 15 miles
altimeter
from
7,000
0.
210 knots, altimeter 300.
That will be
Final
shallow turn that
number.
I'm taking again.
Not out of below, at 7, maintain 7.
Right,
Continue
7,000
heading
on Dutch.
116. Do that. Alright, so approach checklist is complete. At this point, we're going to go down to 2,000. 1,000. Vertical speed. I'll start slowing the airplane down. And kill VNAV. Don't really need it anymore. Not over speed. Alright, perfect. Now I will take 1,500. We can do that now.
Schedule 1704, contact approach for 100.4.
194, JetBlue 1704. Thanks, Chip.
Alright, we're taking this approach. Vertical speeds. I'm gonna start slowing down at this point. At this point, we're going to start getting out the slats. Keep going, flaps and everything. Continue for a few more miles before we make the turn. Slow down a little bit too. Yeah. Let's get down to flaps 5. Also, we shall be fully configured for visual approach. The book, right? Alright. I'm going to go 15 for laps 15. Now we can go for flaps 35. And what that's about, landing gear. Yep. Landing gear can come down at this point. To 11. Our airplane decided to lose altitude, didn't it? Oh. Perfect. We are down to our approach speed. And rather quickly wants to lose speed and altitude. Interesting. Alright. But we have our landing gear down. Go over our checklist. No. Alright. Flaps 35 for landing. Landing gear down. And lights as configured. And
Number 720 Charlie Charlie, no traffic observed to you in the field. Report IFR cancellation, emission process frequency. Frequency change to advisory approved.
Frequency change to advisory approved. November is 720 Charlie Charlie. We want to focus on this landing. Alright. I'm gonna start heading down. Go nav radios. 122. Oh, whoops. 1228. Also another thing. $29.97. Not much of a difference though. And nice and easy. This is a pretty risky approach, I would say as well. Let's zoom in a little bit. For 5 miles out, want to start that turn. Grand Case traffic, good evening. Citation 720 Charlie Charlie. Inbound for visual approach, runway 30 into Grand Case. I already mentioned that. I don't know why I just said it twice. Alright. Trying to fly the airplane. Don't really have the space right now to pull up the checklist page and read over the paper. Only because the airplane will quickly lose its target speed and altitude. Stay mindful of that. Coming up onto that approach, got the runway in sight, so let's go ahead and start our turn. Still gonna hold it at 15,000. Flight directors are really useless, so we want to take them away. I think we would have to click those toggle buttons, but I don't want to accidentally shut the engines. Autopilot's off. Yep. Perfect timing anyway. Don't really need it. But I did come out a little bit too far. Let's see where runway 30 is. Well, it's off a little bit with the approach, but fine. Coming right in, nice and easy. $301. Right into it, so yep. Not go too high. Oh, I see the runway. Runway's in sight. But yes, let's continue on. feel like our secondary flight display can be a little bit tricky sometimes with the nav data. A little bit off there. The center line coming right in. Airplane is configured for landing, so here we are. Yeah, I'm feeling that wind as well. Let's get down to our approach speed. As a short runway, let's try not to overshoot it. $300 feet. Not getting any call outs. Interesting. Alright. Okay. 100. Let's not be too high. Away. The airport takes a long time to render. So that's why it's blurry right now. 50, 30, 20. Ooh, hard landing. Yep. Because we have
say,
distance.
good landing is a landing you can walk away from.
Slow it down. Almost overshot it. Lagging pop-ups on my screen. The app I forgot to update. Oh, jeez. Almost overshot that. That was a very close call. Let's spin this thing around. It's very sluggish. It's 180-degree turns. What's this call ever? Because of a pop-up from Oculus, which is not being recorded using OBS, of course. Alright. Still on that runway. Expedite off. Back taxi. Welcome to Grand Case, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all have enjoyed the flight as much as I did. And our current time right now is 6:23 p.m. local time. Easy time to remember since it's really the same time, it's the same time zone that I currently live in. Eastern Standard. Yep. Grand Case traffic. Can't find anywhere else, so I'm gonna shut down right here. Now for our rich passengers. Calling it a day. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to the shutdown checklist. Just getting the AP running, of course. Go ahead into the checklist. Shutting down, parking brakes set, ATI systems. Let's go ahead and cut them off. Clear that controller. Now the yaw damper. Alright. Parking brakes, anti-ice systems off, throttles. Now we can shut down the engines. Perfect. And let's turn off our lights as well. They're still on. Set for the beacon until the engines are fully shut down. And we have APU running, so that generator is running as well. Alright. Bye engines. Thank you for your service today. Box get a little tricky today. Perfect. Alright. Engines are down. Let's monitor that in limit before we turn off the beacon lights. Let it get down to into the 20. Alright, we're past that. Alright, anyway. So, engines down. Oops. APU is running. Alright, perfect. Yeah, warning. Them seems to be running pretty smooth to me. So stop my recording on flight control replay. Ready our cabin. We're about to let you guys off. Thank you for flying with us. I hope you all have enjoyed the flight as much as I have. Alright, it's passenger advisory lights. Go ahead and turn them off. And we can shut down the rest of this. Emergency lights, fully flow, APU, and batteries. Go ahead and open the doors. And let them off. Or rather, kick them off, assuming this is a charter aircraft for our next crew, or next passengers, rather. Alright, enjoy your stay in St. Maartin. Let me turn off the seatbelt signs for you guys, because I know you guys are really bots. That's when y'all will move. Alright, go ahead and clear them. Alright, so no more passengers. Board them. I'm really deboarding them manually. Kind of crazy butts. That's fine. Alright, perfect. Very good flights. And now we're going to shut down everything. Avionics. Flight by. Also we can shut off the ears. About that. Perfect. And say goodbye to APU at this point, shutting down the aircraft completely. You're off. When it's shutting down, we can. That's. Perfect. Go ahead and install this. You're on the aircraft that I'm doing today. Buy batteries. Set, shut down. Master. Alright, it's running down. Let's kill it. Kill those batteries. Of that. And the standby power goes bye-bye. No more power in the aircraft. And we are stepping off. Thank you everybody for watching. And stay tuned for the next one. Peace. We're out.